Welcome to the 2023 CDL General Knowledge Practice Test. This test has 60 questions with explained answers to help you prepare for this test. Before we get started, don't forget to jumpstart that like button to keep this channel running. Now here is your CDL instructor to walk you through the questions.
Question 1. Does a Class A RV require a CDL if it weighs less than 26,000 pounds? A. Yes, every state requires a CDL if it weighs less than 26,000 pounds. B. Yes, but only in your state of residence if it weighs less than 26,000 pounds. C. No, a CDL is not required if the vehicle is purchased from a dealership. D. No, if your Class A RV weighs less than 26,000 pounds, you don't need a special license of any kind, regardless of what state you live in. The correct answer is D. No, if your Class A RV weighs less than 26,000 pounds, you don't need a special license of any kind, regardless of what state you live in. If your Class A RV weighs less than 26,000 pounds, you don't need a special license of any kind, regardless of what state you live in. It is a good idea to be aware of future changes and revisions. Question 2. If the weight of the vehicle is doubled, how many times must the stopping power be increased? A. If the weight is doubled, the braking force must be tripled to stop at the same distance. B. Stopping power does not need to be increased if the weight of the vehicle is under 1 ton. C. If the weight is doubled, the braking force must be doubled to stop at the same distance. D. None of the above. The correct answer is C. If the weight is doubled, the braking force must be doubled to stop at the same distance. If the weight is doubled, the braking force must be doubled to be able to stop at the same distance. If the speed is doubled, the braking force must be increased 4 times to be able to stop at the same distance. When weight and speed are both doubled, the braking force must be increased 8 times to be able to stop at the same distance. Question 3. What are the 5 main components of a basic air brake system capable of stopping a vehicle? A. Compressor, reservoir, foot valve, brake chamber, brake lining, and drums. B. Regulator, reservoir, foot valve, brake chamber, brake lining, and drums. C. Compressor, cylinders, foot valve, brake chamber, brake lining, and drums. D. Compressor, reservoir, tanks, brake chamber, brake lining, and drums. The correct answer is A. Compressor, reservoir, foot valve, brake chamber, brake lining, and drums. A basic air brake system capable of stopping a vehicle has 5 main components. 1. A compressor to pump air with a governor to control it. 2. A reservoir or tank to store the compressed air. 3. A foot valve to regulate the flow of compressed air from the reservoir when it is needed for braking. 4. Brake chambers and slack adjusters to transfer the force exerted by the compressed air to mechanical linkages. 5. Brake linings and drums or rotors to create the friction required to stop the wheels. Question 4. Which combination of endorsements below is correct? A. School bus, passenger, tank vehicles, double or triple, hazardous materials. B. School bus, passenger, hydraulic lift gates, tank vehicles, hazardous materials. C. School bus, passenger, tank vehicles, double or triple, oversized heavy loads. D. School bus, passenger, tank vehicles, double or triple, commercial food hauling. The correct answer is A. School bus, passenger, tank vehicles, double or triple, hazardous materials. Verbatim, school bus, passenger, tank vehicles, double or triple, hazardous materials. Question 5. What are the 3 factors that stopping distance consist of? A. Driver's reaction time, brake leg, PSI of the tire. B. Driver's reaction time, tire tread, braking distance. C. Driver's reaction time, brake leg, braking distance. D. Driver's reaction time, ambient temperature, braking distance. The correct answer is C. Driver's reaction time, brake leg, braking distance. Braking distance, the total distance the vehicle travels after the brake is applied until the vehicle stops. Stopping distance is the total distance a vehicle travels while coming to a stop, and it consists of three main factors. The driver's reaction time refers to the time it takes for the driver to perceive a hazard and apply the brakes. Brake lag is the time it takes for the brakes to engage after they are applied. And braking distance is the distance the vehicle travels while coming to a complete stop after the brakes are applied. Question 6. What is meant by the term friction? A. Friction is the force that resists movement between two surfaces in contact with each other. B. Friction is force that increases movement between two surfaces in contact with each other. C. Friction is the result of speed and distance divided by how many surfaces are in contact with each other multiplied by a factor of 2. D. Friction is the force that absorbs the heat between two surfaces in contact with each other. The correct answer is A. Friction is the force that resists movement between two surfaces in contact with each other. Friction is the force that resists movement between two surfaces in contact with each other. To stop a vehicle, the brake shoe linings are forced against the machined surfaces of the brake drums, creating friction. This friction produces heat. Question 7. A bus may be classified as which of the following? A. Class A. B. Class A-B. C. Class C. D. Depends on the GVWR is over 26,001 pounds. The correct answer is C. Class C. A bus may be Class A, B, or C depending on whether the GVWR is over 26,001 pounds or is a combination vehicle. Question 8. You must have a DCL to operate A. Any single vehicle with a gross vehicle weight rating, GVWR, of 26,001 pounds or more. B. A combination vehicle with a gross combination weight rating, GCWR, of 26,001 or more pounds, provided the GVWR of the vehicles being towed is more than 10,000 pounds. C. A vehicle designed to transport 16 or more passengers, including the driver. D. Any size vehicle which requires hazardous material placards or is carrying material listed as a select agent or toxin in 42 CFR Part 73 Hazardous Material Endorsement. E. All of the above. The correct answer is E. All of the above. All of the above verbatim, including federal regulations through the Department of Homeland Security, requires a background check and fingerprinting for the hazardous materials endorsement. Question 9. Blank semi-trailers should always be in first position behind the tractor and the blank trailer should always be in the rear. A. Lightly loaded, heavier. B. Top heavy, lower. C. Heavily loaded, lighter. D. Lower, top heavy. The correct answer is C. Heavily loaded, lighter. Heavier load should always be in the first position behind the tractor in order to stabilize the load. If the weight is in the rear of the load, the vehicle cannot handle swinging movements and sideway forces. Question 10. Where should a converter dolly be positioned? A. Behind the rear trailer. B. In front of the triple trailer. C. In front of a second rear trailer. D. Behind the triple trailer. The correct answer is C. In front of a second rear trailer. If the distance is too great when positioning the converter dolly, wheel the dolly into position by hand and line it up with the kingpin. The tractor and first semi-trailer can also be used to pick up the converter dolly. Question 11. What is a pintle hook? A. A tow hitch used for Class B vehicles only. B. A tow hitch used to handle heavy-duty towing. C. A connection hook on the protector valve. C. A crank hook on the landing gear. The correct answer is B. A tow hitch used to handle heavy-duty towing. A pintle hook is a tow hitch for Class A vehicles. In order to operate a vehicle with a pintle hook, a driver must have a Class A license with O restriction. Question 12. The trailer height must be blank than the center of the fifth wheel. A. Slightly lower. B. Higher. C. Centered. D. None of the above. The correct answer is A. Slightly lower. In order for the trailer to be raised so the dolly can be pushed under, the trailer must be slightly lower than the fifth wheel. The landing gear should be slightly off the ground in order to prevent damage if the trailer moves. Question 13. What does a yellow lamp on the left side of a dolly mean? A. The dolly has anti-lock brakes. B. The dolly has air brakes. C. The dolly is for double trailers only. D. All of the above. The correct answer is A. The dolly has anti-lock brakes. Before March 1st, 1998, dollies were not required to have anti-lock brakes. A yellow lamp on the left side of a dolly lets drivers know that the dolly was made after March 1st, 1998, and is equipped with anti-lock brakes. Question 14. What is the braking method used when the driver presses hard on the brakes to lock up the wheels and then releases so the wheels start rolling again? A. Snub braking. B. Stab braking. C. Controlled braking. D. Proportional braking. The correct answer is B. Stab braking. Stab braking is used in emergency situations to stop double and triple trailers. When using this method, the driver presses the brake as hard as possible and locks up the brakes before releasing. This method will help doubles and triples stop in a straight line and prevent jackknifing. Question 15. How is inspecting brakes on a double or triple the same as inspecting brakes on a normal combination vehicle? A. Steps are the same. B. Same size. C. It takes the same amount of time. D. All of the above. The correct answer is A. Steps are the same. The brake inspection of doubles and triples is very similar to the inspection on regular combination vehicles. The brake parts are the same and the steps are the same. Since the double and triples are bigger, there are more parts and the inspection requires more time. Question 16. The shutoff valve at the rear of the front trailer must be blank, and the shutoff valve at the rear of the back trailer must be blank. A. Open, closed. B. Open, open. C. Closed, open. D. Closed, closed. The correct answer is A. Open, closed. The shutoff valve in the rear of the front trailer is kept open to prevent pressure buildup between trailers and allows air to flow freely. In the rear of the back trailer, the shutoff valve must remain closed to prevent an unintended release of pressure. Question 17. When air pressure drops between 40 and 20 psi, the A. The service brake locks. B. The buzzer and warning light will activate. C. The spring brake will activate. D. Both B and C. The correct answer is C. The spring brake will activate. When air pressure drops to 60 psi, the warning buzzer will activate to let the driver know air pressure is low. If the pressure continues to drop, the service brake will come on between 40 and 20 psi. A driver should never wait until the service brake releases and should pull over as soon as the warning light signals the air pressure is dropping. Question 18. When air pressure is low, a blank warning light will activate. A. Yellow. B. Red. C. White. D. Green. The correct answer is B. Red. When air brake pressure drops to approximately 60 psi, a buzzer and red warning light will activate. When this happens, the driver should pull over to a safe area immediately. If the pressure continues to drop, the emergency brake will activate between 40 and 20 psi. Question 19. What should be done if traffic delays result in a driver to run 10 minutes behind schedule? A. Try to catch up on time. B. Accept the delay. C. Drive 5 miles per hour over speed limit. D. Skip a scheduled stop to get back on track. The correct answer is B. Accept the delay. Even though running a route on time is important, safety is even more important. At times, there will be situations that are out of a driver's control that causes a route to be running late. Drivers need to accept the delay and continue to follow safe driving practices. Question 20. Slack adjusters should not move more than blank when the brakes are released. A. Half inch. B. 1 inch. C. 4 3/4 inch. D. 1 1/2 inch. The correct answer is B. 1 inch. To check the slack adjuster, service brake should be in the release position before the driver applies the brake. When this process is performed, the slack adjuster should not move more than 1 inch. Question 21. Drivers are able to see approximately blank feet ahead with low beam lights. A. 175, B. 250, C. 50, D. 125. The correct answer is B. 250. Low beam lights should be used when driving behind and passing other cars. When driving in foggy conditions, a driver should always use their low beams to improve visibility. Question 22. Blank may release air faster than the compressor can replace it. A. Pressing and releasing the brake pedal too often. B. Locking brakes. C. Engine braking. D. Light gentle braking. The correct answer is A. Pressing and releasing the brake pedal too often. Drivers should avoid pressing and releasing the brake pedal too often to help the air compressor replace air as it is being released. Using proper braking techniques will help with the even exchange of releasing and replacing air. Question 23. The governor will cut out at A. 60 psi, B. 80 psi, C. 40 to 20 psi, D. 125 psi. The correct answer is D. 125 psi. When the pressure in the air tanks reaches 125 psi, the governor will cut out. This will stop the compressor from pumping air. The governor will cut back in around 100 psi and allow the compressor to begin pumping air again. Question 24. Blank is required to operate combination vehicles. A. Pre-trip inspection time. B. Less driving skill. C. More driving skill. D. Same skill as all CDL drivers. The correct answer is B. More driving skill. Combination vehicles are usually longer and heavier than other CDL vehicles. Because of the vehicle's increased size and weight, a driver must have more knowledge and skill to operate them. Drivers must also learn specific safety factors that apply specifically to combination vehicles. Question 25. A 20-foot-long item that is placed on a flatbed requires A. 2 tie-downs, B. 4 tie-downs, C. 1 tie-down, D. 8 tie-downs. The correct answer is A. 2 tie-downs. When transporting cargo on a flatbed, 1 tie-down is required for each foot of length of cargo. If an item of cargo is 25 feet, it would require another tie-down to a total of 3. Question 26. Dual air brake systems are mainly used in blank for safety. A. Emergency vehicles. B. Lighter-duty vehicles. C. Heavy-duty vehicles. D. None of the above. The correct answer is C. Heavy-duty vehicles. The purpose of a dual air brake system is for safety purposes. The concept of the dual brake system is to avoid total brake failure if there are any insufficiencies in any of the brake components. Question 27. If a bus is disabled, riders must exit the bus before getting towed unless A. It is only a short distance. B. It would be unsafe to get off the bus. C. It is towed by truck equipped to tow CDL vehicles. D. There are less than 10 passengers on board. The correct answer is B. It would be unsafe to get off the bus. A disabled bus should not be towed or pushed to a safe place while passengers are still on board. The only exception is if it is unsafe for passengers to get off of the bus. If so, the bus should only be towed or pushed until it is safe for passengers to get off. Question 28. Blank tires may not be recapped or regrooved. A. Front. B. All tires. C. Outside dual. D. Inside dual. The correct answer is A. Front. The front tires may not be recapped or regrooved, and treads must have even wear. The tires in the rear may be recapped or regrooved, but must match. Rear tires must also have even wear. Question 29. All are examples of emergency equipment on a bus except A. Fire extinguisher, B. Spare fuses, C. Crowbar, D. Tire repair kit. The correct answer is D. Tire repair kit. Drivers should always be prepared for emergencies and make sure their equipment is inspected and in working order. Drivers should make sure that they are properly trained to use safety equipment and that it is secure and easily accessible. Question 30. Small arms ammunition and emergency hospital supplies weighing blank pounds or less may sometimes be hauled on a bus. A. 25. B. 500. C. 100. D. 50. The correct answer is B. 500. Most bus companies do not allow any hazardous materials to be hauled on the bus. If small ammunition or emergency hospital supplies are allowed on a bus, they must be properly packaged and not weigh more than 500 pounds. Question 31. When an unruly passenger needs to be discharged, the driver should choose to do so at A. Truck stop, B. Safe location, C. Next service area, D. Police station. The correct answer is B. Safe location. It is important that drivers inform all passengers of the rules to ride the bus. This will cause less conflict between other passengers who may be disturbed by annoying behavior. If a passenger becomes too unruly, the driver may decide to discharge them. In this instance, the passenger must be left off at a safe location. Question 32. All seats on a bus must be A. In proper order, B. Evenly lined up, C. Securely fastened, D. Comfortably fit 15 people or more. The correct answer is C. Securely fastened. All seats on a bus must be securely fastened. If a seat becomes loose, it can be a hazard and cause serious injury. Seats must be fastened to the floor to prevent passengers from falling and causing injury. Question 33. When managing the space on the side of a bus, the driver should A. Consider how wind will affect the bus's lane position. B. Avoid being positioned next to another vehicle. C. Keep the bus to the right side of the lane. D. All of the above. The correct answer is D. All of the above. Buses take up a large amount of space, and drivers should know how wide their vehicles are. Drivers should stay in the right lane when possible and should avoid aligning the bus next to other vehicles to prevent hitting other cars or objects. Question 34. Blank are never allowed to be carried on a bus. A. Emergency drugs. B. Tear gas irritating material. C. Hospital gowns. D. 50-pound small arm ammunition. The correct answer is B. Tear gas irritating material. At times, a small amount of hazardous material may be transported by bus. Tear gas and irritating materials are always prohibited from being transported by bus. They are a Class 6 hazardous material and may cause serious injury or death. Question 35. The proper description of hazardous materials does not include blank. A. ID number. B. The name of the hazardous materials in italics. C. Hazard division or class. D. All the above. The correct answer is B. The name of the hazardous materials in italics. The basic description of hazardous materials include the identification number, the correct shipping name, the hazard class, and the packing group. This information is stated in the shipping paper in the correct order required. Question 36. Not following federal regulations related to hazardous materials can result in A. A warning, B. Loss of time, C. Fines, D. Fines and imprisonment. The correct answer is D. Fines and imprisonment. Following federal regulations help protect people and the environment. A driver could face up to 2 years of jail or $50,000 fine for illegally transporting hazardous material. Question 37. Federal regulations require that hazardous material employers train their employees at least once every blank. A. 180 days. B. 5 years. C. 1 year. D. 3 years. The correct answer is D. 3 years. Continued training is important to keep employees up to date and refresh information. Training must include familiarization, function-specific, safety, security awareness, in-depth security training, and driver training. Question 38. Who is responsible for checking shipping papers for accuracy? A. Driver. B. Carrier. C. Shipper. D. All the above. The correct answer is D. All the above. It is important for everyone involved in the transportation of hazardous materials to be alert and conscientious to always check paperwork and materials for inconsistencies and hazards. Do not assume someone else took care of an order accurately and always be vigilant. Question 39. Hazardous materials employers are required to keep record of training for their employees for blank days. A. 365 days. B. 30 days. C. 90 days. D. 60 days. The correct answer is C. 90 days. It is important for employers to keep detailed records of training to reduce and eliminate hazards for their employees. These records will be reviewed in an event of an incident. Question 40. Identification numbers used to identify hazardous materials have how many digits? A. 4. B. 3. C. 5. D. 2. The correct answer is A. 4. Hazardous material 4-digit identification numbers identify dangerous goods and hazardous substances. Identification numbers should never be abbreviated on shipping papers. Question 41. Placards are blank shaped. A. Triangle. B. Diamond. C. Circle. D. Square. The correct answer is B. Diamond. Placards are diamond-shaped and include information such as danger class number, danger symbol, and a colored background. Every package with hazardous material is required to have a placard. Question 42. Placards must be placed at least blank inches from other markers. A. 7. B. 9. C. 5. D. 3. The correct answer is D. 3. Placards must always be 3 inches away from any other markers. Advertisements should be far enough away to reduce the effectiveness of warning markers. Question 43. What is the purpose of a grounding system on a tank vehicle? A. Connects the truck to the ground and any charge is transferred to the ground, increasing a buildup of electrical charges. B. Ensures vehicle is grounded to metal and able to accumulate static electricity. C. Connects the truck to the ground and any charge is transferred to the ground, reducing a buildup of electrical charges. D. Ensure that the tank vehicle does not have an earth potential. The correct answer is C. Connects the truck to the ground and any charge is transferred to the ground, reducing in a buildup of electrical charges. The purpose of a grounding system on a tank vehicle is to connect the truck to the ground and any charge is transferred to the ground, reducing a buildup of electrical charges. A buildup of electrical charges or static electricity can cause fires or explosions. Question 44. What is the purpose of a vapor recovering system during loading and unloading gasoline in a tank vehicle? A. It allows the slow release of vapors into the air from storage tanks. B. It captures potentially harmful vapors and releases them into the soil. C. It captures potentially harmful vapors and incinerates them within the tank using air pressure. D. It allows the recovery of vapors emitted from storage tanks and releases them back into the tanks. The correct answer is D. It allows the recovery of vapors emitted from storage tanks and releases them back into the tanks. The purpose of a vapor recovery system during loading and unloading gasoline in a tank vehicle is to allow the recovery of vapors emitted from storage tanks and releases them back into the tanks. The accumulated vapors will then be incinerated to reduce pollution into the atmosphere. Question 45. When loading and unloading bulkheads, smaller tanks, do not put too much weight. A. On the bottom of the vehicle. B. On the vehicle steer tires. C. In the middle of vehicle. D. On front or back of vehicle. The correct answer is D. On front or back of vehicle. It is important to keep the weight of a tank vehicle balanced due to its high center of gravity and surges. Question 46. Hauling liquids in tanks requires special skills because of the blank and blank. A. Outage and high potential for valve leaks. B. High center of gravity and liquid movement. C. Weight of dense liquids and stopping distance requirements. D. Danger of surge and low center of gravity. The correct answer is A. Outage and high potential for valve leaks. Hauling liquids in tanks requires special skills because of the high center of gravity and liquid movement. High center of gravity means that much of the load's weight is carried high up off the road. This makes the vehicle top-heavy and easy to roll over. Liquid tankers are especially easy to roll over due to surges. Question 47. A tank vehicle with open valves or manhole covers can be driven A. No more than 35 miles per hour. B. Only immediately after being loaded. C. Never. D. Only on private property. The correct answer is C. Never. Never drive a tank vehicle with open valves or manhole covers. This can result in spills, which can be costly and time-consuming. Question 48. Tank vehicles should take highway curves and on-ramp, off-ramp curves. A. At posted speed limit to avoid rollovers. B. Well below the posted speeds. C. A little above the posted speed limit to control surges. D. With foot covering the brakes. The correct answer is B. Well below the posted speeds. Tank vehicles should take highway curves and on-ramp, off-ramp curves well below the posted speeds, as they are at high risk of rolling over. Tankers can roll over at posted speed limits. Question 49. Liquid surge results from movement of the liquid in A. Partially filled tanks. B. Completely full tanks. C. Empty tanks. D. Tanks with slow leaks. The correct answer is A. Partially filled tanks. Because a tank vehicle is usually partially filled, liquid has room to move about, causing surges, potential rollovers, and accidents. Question 50. How does a high center of gravity affect the maneuvering of a tank vehicle? A. The driver must take curves and off-ramps at the posted speed limit. B. It helps the tank vehicle to maintain stability during a surge. C. It makes the vehicle top-heavy and easier to roll over. D. The center of gravity pulls toward the center of the vehicle. The correct answer is C. It makes the vehicle top-heavy and easier to roll over. Vehicles that are high up off the road are at risk of rolling over if they are not maneuvered correctly. Question 51. What is the proper way to handle a curve while driving a tank vehicle? A. Take curve at 10 miles per hour below the posted speed limit. B. Slightly speed up before curve, then slow down through the curve. C. Slow down before curve, then accelerate slightly through the curve. D. Slow down before curve, then brake lightly through curve. The correct answer is C. Slow down before curve, then accelerate slightly through the curve. Slow down before curves, then accelerate slightly through the curve. The posted speed for a curve may be too fast for a tank vehicle. Question 52. Why is it important to maintain correct air pressure in the bus's tires? A. Makes the bus easier to control. B. Less shaking. C. Protects the tread. D. Less sluggish. The correct answer is A. Makes the bus easier to control. Checking tires is an important part of a pre-trip and should be checked daily and when stopping on long trips. A tire pressure gauge should be used to make sure the tire pressure is at 105 psi. Question 53. A school bus driver should blank when driving a bus with an anti-lock brake system. A. Quickly pump brakes. B. Brake in a normal manner. C. Press on the pedal hard. D. None of the above. The correct answer is B. Brake in a normal manner. All school buses that were manufactured after 1998 or 1999 are required to be equipped with an anti-lock brake system. Buses are equipped with an anti-lock brake system to prevent skidding. Buses manufactured before 1998 may not be equipped with anti-lock brakes, and the driver should recognize when brakes lock up and release pressure. Question 54. What is the correct way to maneuver a bus when the right wheels get off the pavement? A. Quickly turn left. B. Slow down and gradually steer to the left. C. Slow down, turn sharply to the left. D. Turn left while driving at the present speed. The correct answer is B. Slow down and gradually steer to the left. When the wheels leave the pavement, slowing down and gradually steer left will help the driver keep the bus under control. Any sudden or jerk steering can cause the bus to become difficult to maneuver and could easily lose control. Question 55. If water or slush is splashed on the windshield or if the hood flies up, the bus driver should blank to keep a sense of direction. A. Activate strobe light. B. Look out the side window and use the center or edge lines on the road. C. Activate turn signal. D. Activate four-way hazards. The correct answer is B. Look out the side window and use the center or edge lines on the road. Losing visibility suddenly can cause a driver to lose sense of direction. Looking at the lines on the road can help the driver get back to know where the bus is on the road. Then the driver can slow down, pull over, and correct the situation if needed. Question 56. The Good Samaritan Act protects a school bus driver from liability for administering emergency care if the driver A. Saves a life, B. Asks permission, C. Is currently certified in first aid or emergency care, D. Has 10 years driving experience. The correct answer is C. Is currently certified in first aid or emergency care. The Good Samaritan Act was put into place to encourage bystanders to help in emergency situations without the fear of liability. In some emergency situations, immediate action before an ambulance arrives could save a life. Question 57. When a driver lines up fixed objects inside the bus with points outside the bus, this is called A. Pivot point driving, B. Straight line point driving, C. Reference point driving, D. Defensive driving technique. The correct answer is C. Reference point driving. Reference point driving is a good technique to help drivers in different maneuvers such as turning and backing up. A good time to use this technique would be when backing into a parking spot. By lining up a reference point with an object outside the bus can prevent the driver from backing up too far and hitting an object. Question 58. Blank is when a light has been green for a while and is probably ready to change. A. Stale green, B. Squeezer, C. Restrictor, D. Tailgater. The correct answer is A. Stale green. Drivers need to be aware of stale green lights when driving, especially with a full passenger load. When a traffic light is green in the distance, it is most likely to change by the time the driver approaches the light. The driver needs to slow down and be prepared to stop if the light changes. Question 59. What areas of the school bus must be inspected daily? A. Inside, B. Exterior, C. Mirrors, D. All the above. The correct answer is D. All the above. Drivers must conduct a pre-trip inspection when they are using a bus for the first time every day. Performing daily inspections helps prevent breakdowns on the road and is important for the driver and passenger safety. Question 60. For blank of parents, the school bus driver is the only school official the parent has talked to. A. 25%, B. 40%, C. 60%, D. 85%. The correct answer is D. 85%. As a school representative, the bus driver is the only person that most parents interact with. School bus drivers should always present themselves in a polite and respectful manner. Sometimes a parent will have concerns about their kids on the bus, and the driver should always be open to listen to concerns and respond accordingly.
Hope you enjoyed this video. If you still need more practice, then check out these videos or click the first link in the description to get your cheat sheet, which will help you pass your CDL exam on your first try.